Oh my gosh, that took me forever to write, and I'm gonna have to write like 2 or 3 more shits on there to fit everything I got going on. I'm regretting a little bit the whole whiteboard concept now, but we're gonna do it. I like it. I like the vibe. I like the style, and I feel like it's perfect for this exact video. But before we get started, I do want to let you guys know this is gonna be a little bit more of a boring video, but very educational. Hella sauce. I'm gonna give you basically everything I know about finding untapped products outside of the super known burner method. The reason I'm making this video, a lot of people have requested, so many people have texted me, how do you do it? How do you find products, you know, on AliExpress, Temu, things of that nature? And I get it. I understand kind of the hysteria behind it. As organic dropshipping becomes more and more mainstream, just like any other business, the more people that know about it, the more competition there's gonna be. So, you know, there's only going to be more and more burner accounts coming out, making products have a lot of competition super early on, very quickly. And, you know, another big problem, you always just constantly see these same products. So as I personally myself start trying to gear more towards untapped products, I thought, you know what, might as well make a YouTube video on it, give out basically all of my knowledge, everything I know on finding products from, you know, alternative research methods. I do want to state before we move on though, the burner method is still 100% completely viable. 80, probably 90% of all of my income that I've made from organic dropshipping is from a burner account. This isn't to scare you, nothing like that. This is just for if you do want to venture into untapped products, because they obviously have a lot of benefits. Now, with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. Okay, so yes, I know my handwriting is absolutely horrible. Do not roast me in the comments. I'm gonna talk about everything you see on here anyway, so it doesn't matter. I tried as best I could. I rewrote this like 3 times. You're welcome.
Stop the cap.
First things first, we're gonna go over the pros and cons of finding untapped products. First one, zero competition. I obviously don't have to explain that to you. That's great in any and all aspects to have no other competition. Now, one that no one or a lot of people don't know about is you will go viral easier. Now, we're thinking in terms of trying to understand how the algorithm works. And what the algorithms love is originality, okay? They like new things, new people, new concepts, new videos, things that their algorithm doesn't normally see. So automatically, if it's a product that has not been promoted on there or that no one has ran, they're automatically going to deem it as original, something brand new to the platform. It does indeed give it a boost. You might not see it the first day you post, but a week in, you will notice a very obvious difference. Even if you're like not insane at content, your content is still going to get a boost. You're going to get more views than you normally would because the platform views you as original. Now, the next one is potential to find 10K plus or more per mil products. And this is huge because any product that is on the platform already, you already know what it's at, and majority of them are at 3, 4, 5K per million views. That's kind of the average, okay? But if you're bringing in a product that no one has ever ran, you're only, you know, increasing your odds that much more to find an absolutely insane product. Now let's talk about the cons, okay? Now, I do want to preface, this is more of an advanced sort of tactic, sort of strategy, and you'll start to notice a lot of the things I mentioned are for more advanced people. So like the whole strategy itself requires a little bit more knowledge in the space in general, on content, on products, product research, everything. So, but that's not to say that as a beginner you can't. You can still attempt and try it. It's just going to be a lot harder for you. Also, you cannot gauge demand. You know, as to where on a burner, you can just give a nice peek on the comments, or, you know, if you're anything like me, because I'm lazy as shit, I just do a test order on every single product. You could automatically see, you know, who's interested, how interested, is it a dog shit product, is it not, do people actually want to buy it? But with this method, you cannot. Now, there are a couple things we're going to get into later on that can kind of help you get a rough idea, but overall, you're kind of in the dark on actual demand, actually knowing definitively if people are going to buy it. Also, you will have no videos to copy. Once again, this goes into why it's hard for beginners. You're not gonna have any concepts to copy. And once again, we're gonna get later on into that about, you know, how to actually run products that you find off AliExpress. So you're getting a little 2-for-1er here, but you're not gonna have anything to copy. So it's gonna take a lot of originality. It's gonna take a lot of you understanding content and being able to make banger content to begin with. So once again, that's why it goes into, you have to be a little bit more advanced. But like I said, you can still do this as a beginner. It's just going to be a lot harder. Now we're gonna get into the criteria and the traits of products you're going to be looking for, and even what not to run. So you can automatically shove out like half the fucking products you'll see. Okay, so first things first, this is a must. It must have wow factor or be intrinsically value. You're only going to be shooting yourself in the foot, making your life that much harder if you're trying to run generic ass products that don't look cool. When you see these products, when you're going to run one, you need to look at it and say, holy shit, that's cool. It needs to have a cool function, it needs to look really cool, it needs to be something unique, something that's going to make somebody stop and go, holy shit, right? And that's with any product, burner or not. But you know, since we're not finding them off burner accounts and have all that other information, we have to really be understanding of what these criteria mean. So I have here at least one out of the two of these. Obviously, all of these things that I'm about to bring up, if you have all of them, that only accounts for it being that much better of a product, but you can get away with only having one of these criteria. First one is emotional attachment. So does it spark an emotion? Does it make them happy, sad, mad, angry, excited? Maybe it's, you know, something from one of their favorite hobbies, a well-known hobby. Maybe it's something from their favorite TV show or movie. Maybe it's a relationship gift that they can share with their partner. Things of that nature. That's what you need to keep on your mind when we're talking emotional attachment. The next one would be adds value to someone's life. Now, this goes hand in hand with problem solving, but it's much more than that. And also, as we know, within, you know, organic dropshipping as a whole, they do not have to solve a problem. Hella banger products out there that do not solve any problem at all. The reason I added this and the reason problem solving goes into this is because it's a much bigger picture. This can mean solving a problem. This can mean entertaining somebody. This can even mean curing somebody's insecurities, making somebody feel better about themselves, maybe make somebody look cooler, things of that nature. Now let's get into bonus traits. So like I said, before we go on, at least one of these two, obviously, if you have all three, more brownie points to you, better of a product. Now, bonus traits. These are not something to make a decision based off of. This should not contradict what products you're gonna run, but these are kind of add-ons and something to keep in the back of your mind that makes the product that much better. First one is higher barrier to entry, meaning, like for an example, would be, let's say you live on a lake and the product has something to do with every video has to be in the water. It's something in the water. You now have a higher barrier to entry because not everyone lives on a lake. Shut the fuck up. Multiple different things, not just the water thing, but you kind of get what I'm saying, get where I'm going with that. Even something like, you know, it not being on Amazon higher the barrier to entry because some countries don't even have Amazon, things of that nature, everything like that. So it makes it harder for someone else to run the product. That is what a higher barrier to entry is. Next one would be obvious high profit margins. And once again, this goes into you have to be a little bit more advanced or you probably won't even be able to notice or sense something like this. But, you know, let's say the product is $8, but you know, it looks so good and high quality that you think, oh, I could price that at $40. Automatic, like 80% profit margins. Once again, that's not something to look out for and make sure of, but it's something to keep in the back of your mind to know, oh my God, the product's just that much better. Now, before I have to go and fucking stop the video and then go rewrite this whole shindig.
Stop the cap.
Let's go over what not to sell under any circumstances so you're not going through every single product. This kind of will literally cut your amount of product research in half, so you can automatically just disregard certain products. First one is generic shit. Damn, I'm pissed. I was gonna put a poop emoji right there. That would have been fire. Okay, but no, generic shit. So jewelry, fucking random kitchen utensils, whatever generic, something that you would go and find at a Dollar General or just fucking at your local Walmart, do not sell it. Not even worth your time. If it looks like that, anything like I just named off or anything similar, don't even click on it. The next one would be gives off a super junky or cheap vibe. This is a little bit more of your own kind of intuition, but if you're looking at something and it's some super small, super fucking plastic looking piece of dog shit, I mean, don't even give it a second thought, okay? We're trying to sell high quality products. You don't want to be selling dog shit. You know, this just goes common sense. You don't want to sell something that looks like shit, or, you know, if you're automatically, as somebody who's trying to produce or sell the product, if you're automatically looking at it and saying, that looks kind of cheap, that looks like junk, what the fuck do you think the consumer's gonna think, right? And last but not least, super copyrighted products. Now, this one is a bit of a gray area. It's hard to tell. Once again, it goes a little bit more into your own intuition, but there are some products out there that maybe have like Marvel logos and shit, or, you know, Disney logos, things of that nature, which are ran all the time. Some of them are really good products. What you mainly want to look out for is something that these companies have made themselves and they're knockoffs that AliExpress is selling. So it could be something, for example, like the Deadpool mask. Disney did not invent that. Disney did not go and make a blinking Deadpool mask, okay? Even though it has Marvel shit all over it and you were still in a gray area. Now, before I keep going into this, the reason being is you can get your stores taken down, you can get copyright strikes, all this crazy stuff through Shopify. You know, if a big brand or a big company, it's very uncommon, but it's possible. Big brand or big company goes to Shopify, hey, they're selling our shit, they're selling something, we have this copyrighted, they can take your whole shit down, freeze your funds, all that crazy shit. You don't want to get into that. But let me get back into the Deadpool mask. So something like the Deadpool mask, it has Marvel shit all over it. It's very obviously from Marvel, but Disney did not go out there and make that product themselves. Someone else did, and it just so happens to be something related to what Disney's created in the past type shit, if that makes sense. But let's say it's something like Gauntlet Hand that I've seen in the past on AliExpress. It's literally like some fucking Infinity Stone bullshit. It's from one of the Marvel movies. Disney themselves made that product and sell it. They made a knockoff that you can buy on AliExpress. Products like that do not sell. You will get your shit fucked up by Disney. Okay, now let's go over how to actually physically do the product research itself. First things first, you're going to go to Temu and AliExpress and make accounts. Okay, I've heard people in the past that have tried to talk about doing, Untapped product research methods, and they say not to make an account. Some of it's like on a random browser, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to do that with this method. Trust me, just follow along with what I'm saying. The reason you're going to want to make accounts for it and stay signed in is because you're going to take the same approach on AliExpress and Temu, almost kind of as you would your burner account. Okay, so like for instance, when you're going through and doing this product research, you're going to be going through and, engaging with certain products, not engaging with other products. And it's also, these platforms, they're an algorithm, just like social media, they're an algorithm. They're built and designed to get you to want to buy as much as possible. So basically you're wanting to prime it up and make as good of an AliExpress or Temu account as you can. And eventually it will just start feeding you banger after banger after banger. And a lot of them will be products that aren't being ran yet, if you get where I'm going with this. Now, before we go over good common practices to do while doing the product research, let's talk about how you're going to get your account set up and primed and ready to show you banger products. First things first is go to the search bar and look up winning products. Products you've already seen in the past that you know are winners. If you're in the space at all, you know of at least one. Go to that product, engage with it, scroll through the photos, things of that nature. Like you're treating this, once again, same sort of method and idea behind it as your burner method, because once again, these are algorithms we're talking about. We're trying to prime the algorithm to feed us information. We're trying to manipulate the algorithm. So you're going to go to the product of already known winning products or variations of good products. You're going to engage with them, slide through the photos, things of that nature, add some to cart, all kinds of good stuff like that. Do that with a few good products. Very similar to how you would start a burner account, how you kind of go to the search bar and you look up TikTok made me buy it, and then you go click on dropshipping product. Same sort of ideology behind it. The rest of it is just going to be through the discovery bars of AliExpress and Temu. So the products they try to feed you and the products they try to get you to see. From there, that's where you'll do your product research. After you actually look up a couple bangers, it'll start feeding you good products. So that'll be your product research, is going through the discovery page. Mainly, that's what the product research is going to be based off of. So now let's go over some good common practices while doing your product research on AliExpress or Temu. First things first is obviously only engage with products and variations of known winners. And that's more along the lines of just keeping it primed, getting it primed, things of that nature. Don't even click on trash products. So thinking back to the criteria we've already went over, and what I said, definitely do not sell no matter what. Don't even click on them. Next would be do not constantly interact with the same product. Very similar, once again, to your burner account, okay? You don't want to keep getting fed the exact same product over and over. And if you're constantly clicking on it, it'll just keep showing you that exact same product and variations of it, which you don't want. So in a nutshell, you're in Temu and AliExpress. They're already primed. When you go to do your product research, you're in the discovery, mainly only just the products they're trying to feed you. So your For You feed, whatever the fuck it may tell you, however it is that they're feeding you products with this in mind and our winning product criteria. So now let's say you found a product that fits our winning product criteria. You're going to want to do a tiny bit more research outside of just AliExpress to get a better idea of the product itself and figure some things out. The reason you're going to want to do this is to obviously not only make sure the product's not actually untapped and people aren't already running it, but you can get a tiny bit more sense of demand, kind of figure out more things about the products, traits about the products, what people think of it, maybe the difference in barrier to entry if it's on Amazon or not, things of that nature. So first things first, you're going to want to Google it. Now this goes for Googling it, looking it up on TikTok, or trying to find it on Amazon. Play around with the keywords and the phrases and all that to try to find the actual product itself. Now, you're going to want to Google it mainly to see, how many other stores are out there running it? Is it sold on eBay? Are there other drop shipping stores running it? Things like that. And you can get all kinds of information just from Googling the product. Now, next you're going to want to look it up on TikTok. This is mainly just to make sure that the product is not already getting ran. If the product's already getting ran and you found multiple accounts, then scratch out everything we've done From there, it's basically you're just going to do the product research behind it as you would on a burner account. And from there, you can just make your own decision. Are you going to keep trying to look for untapped products, or are you just going to run that one because you found out it was a banger? Completely up to you. But lastly, you're going to look it up on Amazon. 2 reasons. First one being, okay, does it have a little bit higher of a barrier to entry because it's not on Amazon? If it's not on Amazon, whatever, scratch it. Now you're just going to move on. If it is on Amazon, you can get a really good gauge on how the consumer perceives the product itself. Look at the reviews, things of that nature. Is it getting a lot of sales? Has it got a lot of traction? Is it only being drop shipped on Amazon? Are actual companies, bigger Amazon brands trying to sell it on there? Things of that nature. Okay, like I said at the beginning, because Big Daddy's got you.
Yeah, boy.
We're going to talk about how to actually get an untapped product up and running and started, considering you don't have much to work with at the beginning stages of its life. Finally, I can be done writing on this damn board. But obviously, I cannot run the product for you, but I can leave you off with some good tips and what to do, what not to do when starting to run an untapped product that the platform has never seen. So, how to take an untapped product from 0 to millions of views. First things first, you are not going to do basic dropshipping content. So the whole, in quotation marks, babe, have you seen my credit card? Babe, you're 35, blah, blah, blah. Or even some of the prototype style vids, you can get away with it if you execute it properly, but try to steer clear from that at the very beginning. You want to come off as original as possible, right? We're talking about untapped products. We already know it gives us a little bit of a boost. We do not want to fuck our account up off rip by doing something as dumb as making super generic dropshipping content where your entire account is just going to get flooded with burners off rip. Not only are you going to automatically give yourself competition, but the account's not going to make you money because it's only getting sent to burners. But okay, past that, beyond that, obviously you don't have any videos to copy, so I'm going to give you some good ideas, what to do, some research to do to find concepts, come up with your own concepts, things of that nature. I do want to preface, no matter what, it's inevitable. You have to be original at some point. That's why I talked about how this is more advanced, not only the product research, but like I said at the beginning, you're going to have to be original with your content as well. And it actually might be beneficial for some of you that, think too hard about the specifics and you just start making crazy dumbass videos. Plus, it's not like, oh my God, I'm in this huge restriction, this time rush because you have all this competition. It's an untapped product. So, in your mind, you can feel a little bit more lenient on taking time and, making random ass content, being original. But at the beginning, this is kind of how you want to go about it, kind of your step-by-step process on getting it up and running. First things first, you're going to do research within your niche. So I'm going to use anime for example because it's the easiest to give examples about. But let's say I was going to run an anime product. Let's say it was on Naruto. It was a Naruto anime product. I would go look up Naruto edits, badass Naruto edits, everything that I could think of that comes up with Naruto. I would then go and click on all these videos that I saw, that were getting super high engagements of Naruto, whether it be edits, whatever it may be. Go click on those accounts. So boom, you're seeing all these videos that, are directly correlated to Naruto. Maybe they're Naruto edits, some Naruto fan shit, some Naruto cosplay. You're gonna click on these videos, click on these accounts, look at their videos, right? We're consciously scrolling, consciously doing research behind concepts to get. So we're going to take their sounds, all their good performing. If they have a recent sound or a recent video that's doing really well, use that fucking sound, especially if it's directly correlated in Naruto. You're going to use their hashtags. This one's a bit of a gray area for hashtags. If the product is super niche, like anime, for example, use hashtags, okay? You don't have to. Some people say don't. Some people say I do, kind of. If it's super niche, if the product is super niche, I use hashtags. They always perform better when I use hashtags on something super niche. If it's super generic, don't use hashtags. Pretty plain and simple. And that's kind of the guidelines I follow. So you're going to be trying to get their sounds, their ideas. You might get lucky and find somebody promoting a Naruto product and you can just steal that video, things of that nature. What you can also do is you're going to go and take concepts from large drop shipping accounts. A little bit of free game. There's a couple I can think of right now off the top of my head. Spidey Face, my own account, Anime Blades. What's that one with the night vision? Night Operators. Start trying to memorize who these people are. This is a little tiny bit of sauce in here. Start trying to memorize who these people are. These are all people who are good at organic and make a very high income from organic, okay? You will start to notice their rooms, their house, their hands, their body, their bathrooms, all this shit. You'll start to realize who these people are, and this is valuable information because these are good people to follow, good people to do research on, good people to take rendition from, concepts from, even their products if you're on your burner, things of that nature. So you're going to try and go find these high authority accounts that are running a product that maybe has the same sort of style and video concepts that you assume your untapped product will have. and you can just take rendition from them, copy their videos. This is just starting out once again. So we're going to kind of copy them, take their concepts, however we can manage to get our brain flowing, get us understanding of our product, making videos for it, things of that nature. That's what's going to lead us into being original, okay? This is a must. You're going to have to be original no matter what with this Untapped product. Obviously, like I said, when we're doing this, no matter what, don't copy their videos that, you know, the prototypes, the super dropshipping ones, don't copy those. Try to copy their videos that seem to also be super original and not super dropshipping. Now, beyond this, you're going to be original. How you're going to do this is obviously just using your own fucking brain. Oh my God. But you want to be consciously aware and consciously keeping this in the back of your mind, like, oh, I gotta be original, coming up with my own concepts when you are making these videos, when you're copying these, when you're going through these, when you're starting off and you're starting from point A, 0, you have nothing going on. You're copying these, you know, it's not original, they're not gonna give you the best results, but while you're doing these, you can start getting ideas, okay, to be original. You know, maybe a certain movement, or you do something and you're like, holy shit, this would look cool if I did this. Oh, well, I could take this hook from a random video I saw 2 weeks ago, things of that nature. And this will just slowly start bringing you into this whole, you know, making your own original videos. And from there, it's just a snowball effect. You'll be kind of original. You'll be maybe every now and again, if you can't come up with anything, copying their videos. And then just boom, this back and forth of, oh, I'm original, I can make up my own. Oh, I don't know what the fuck to do. Oh, now I thought of this. Oh, I don't know what the fuck to do. Boom, bang, bow. And from there, obviously, the better you are at content, the faster things will pick up. Now, obviously, like I said, I can't run the product for you, but this is a great framework to follow and will definitely get you up and running. Oh my gosh, I am pissed. You guys are so lucky I'm not a lazy motherfucker. I was gonna leave this out, but I would be doing a disservice to you guys. These are just a couple things that I thought of after the fact that I don't think I covered. So some final notes on just everything we just went over. First things first, you're not gonna understand everything off rip, and that's okay. Okay, this is gonna take time. This is basically an entire new skill you're gonna have to learn. So, you know, don't get frustrated. Don't completely rule it out. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take you doing it and putting in the reps before you actually start to understand everything, and it's actually going to start working out in your favor. You know, you could get lucky and boom, off rip, you're a fucking madman at it. But, you know, at the same time, you could also, you know, run 5 different products from AliExpress and none of them hit. It's okay if it doesn't work out the very first fucking day you try it. Next, never rule out a product just because of price. Now, 2 reasons for this. First is you can always negotiate with your supplier. You can always go to your supplier, and they're probably 9 times out of 10 have a much lower price of the product. And you can also, another little gem, make sure when you are sending products from AliExpress to your supplier, go and find the cheapest variation of it, because a lot of the times they'll try to gauge price based off of that. You got to think they're the supplier, so they're going to try and give you the market value of the product. So if you come in saying, hey, I have a competitor, or on Temu or AliExpress, they're selling it at 35, you gave me 40, a lot of the time they'll move down. And another reason I'm saying not rule it out on price is because I know it might sound crazy, but I have seen people get away with selling $200, $300, $400 drop shipping products. You know, obviously this, once again, comes into being more advanced. You have to, you know, the perceived value, all that good stuff, but it is doable. So don't automatically just roll out a product just because of the price. Actually look deeper into it. And lastly, it's all about testing and experience, guys. The more experienced you are, obviously, the better, the easier. The more reps you put in, the better you're gonna get. The more winners you've ran, the easier this entire process is gonna be, right? You could think of it in levels. If you've only ran like one product, had one lucky little product pop off, it's gonna be like you're square one and never done any product research in your life. If you've, you know, ran 3, 4 winning products, you already have a rough idea of what a winning product looks like. And that's why it's such an advanced strategy. But like I keep saying, guys, do this at any and all levels of experience. Try it, put your foot in the door, you know, try, just get a little taste. Maybe, you know, that might actually be a better alternative than doing the burner method. You might actually get better results from trying AliExpress. Okay, I think that's going to wrap us up on, you know, how to find untapped products outside of a burner method. I hope you guys gained a lot from this. I hope I went really in depth. I hope I covered everything that I planned on covering, and you guys got, you know, a shit ton of value out of this. As always, that's what I'm here for. I want to provide as much as possible for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And, you know, if you thought this was some sauce, imagine what's inside my Discord. As always, I'm going to link it down below. You know, you'll get access to me, my course, all kinds of crazy shit, teams, literally everything to take you from 0 to advanced as an organic dropshipper and actually start fucking printing. But with that being said, I will see you guys on the next one.